So looking at the PIM chart, that's what I call it. ICT call it the PD array matrix, right? I still haven't drilled down what PD stand for. Personally, I think it stands for premium discount arrays. That's what I think it stands for. You know what I'm saying? Every time I've looked at the videos, I don't remember him saying what the PD stood for. But I think it just means for premium and discount arrays. You got the premium arrays, you got the discount arrays, and I think he just called them PD arrays, right? That's what I think. It could stand for price delivery. It can stand for I don't know. I think it's premium discount. I just call it PDAs. Anyway, if you're at equilibrium and you're looking up, nothing can stop you. You all the way up. If you're looking up, right? You're looking up. So the farthest one away is that high. That's the farthest one away from equilibrium of your full dealing range, right? So the farthest one away is that high. Coming down, now rejection block gonna be the next farthest one away, because the rejection block is at the top of the equal highs where the wicks are sticking up. You know what I'm saying? Coming on down, you're looking at a bearish order block. Typically gonna be, you know what I'm saying, the next farthest away. The fair value gap, you know what I'm saying, can typically be that. The liquidity void. The void is like the stretch out in space, like the consecutive candles, right? Then you coming on down, bearish breakers. You know what I'm saying? And then mitigation blocks. Same thing the other way. When you're looking down, it's just reversed. You know what I'm saying? You're going down. This going to be the farthest away, and it's going to be the closest to you. Now that we looked at the PIM dash chart, let's put the PIM dash chart to the side, right? So PIM dash chart to the side. Get out my way, PIM dash chart. You're getting on my nerve now. Okay, PIM dash chart to the side. Shrink him up over there in case anybody still want to look at it. Put on your glasses if you can't see it, right? I'll blow it up a tad bit. I'll blow it up a tad bit in case you want to see it. Now, right? Price is here. Looking up. This is the premium line right there. Looking up. This is the top of our box. As you see, the swing high at the top of our box is the farthest away from the premium, right? But when you're looking up, you're looking to see if you run into any of this stuff going in that order, right? So when we come up, what's the first thing we run into? Boop, we hit this mitigation block right there. What makes that a mitigation block? Because this low did not break this high, and we sold back down through it. So now this is a mitigation block right there. So we coming up, and we're going to run into a mitigation block, right? That's the first thing on the list that we should expect to see some kind of movement off of. Will it be a big rejection and they fall out the sky? Don't know. We never know how much of a rejection it's going to be, right? Then we start looking for, are there, and some of this stuff may not exist. Let's just say that mitigation block was never there, right? A breaker, right? Right? Let's say a breaker. Let's say this high would have broke that. I mean, this low would have broke that high. Then that would be a breaker right there. But we don't have a breaker. We don't have a breaker in here on the daily level, because this is another mitigation block over here. When we came up and we hit that mitigation block right there and sold off. You see how we hit this mitigation block right there and we sold off, mammy? We hit a mitigation block and a fair value gap. It was two of them there. Boom. We hit them. Mitigation block, fair value gap, and order block. We hit, look at that. We hit mitigation block, fair value gap, and an order block. We hit all three of them. We hit three of them over here, and we sold off. Mammy, pay-yow! We got pay-yow. You see what I'm saying? But back to what I was saying. Come to this mitigation block right there. Right? You can say, okay, I'm going short when I hit that mitigation block. Right? Then you go short. Boom. We hit the mitigation block. We going short. Right? Because you say we taking out this internal buy-side liquidity. Boom. We hit this mitigation block. I'm going short. So then you got to set a stop loss. When is going short off of this mitigation block gonna be a dunzo for you? You can say, okay, if we go all the way up into this weekly fair value gap, you know what I'm saying? If we get a closure above 50% of this weekly fair value gap, I'm giving up the ghost on my swings for puts. That, you know what I'm saying? Or you could say, if we get a closure, spam risk. Get off my phone, spam risk. If we get a closure above the high of this mitigation block candle right here, if we get a closure above that, I'm giving up the ghost on my puts. You know what I'm saying? You always want to have an entry and an exit plan before you get into the trade. Then you can say, okay, I think this weekly fair value gap is going to hold more weight than this daily mitigation block. So I'm going short when we hit 50%, the mean threshold of this weekly order block, because that lines up with equilibrium of the premium area, because we got it broke down into quadrants. We got the premium of the premium, the discount of the premium of the discount of the discount. You say, okay, I like this weekly fair value gap. The weekly fair value gap is pretty high on the totem pole up there. It's just barely away from it's right up under bearish order block. It's on the order blocks, rejection blocks, and highs. Now, right here, we got if we get to 50% of this weekly fair value gap, I'm going short. Okay, you go short there. When is this theory broken for you to get out of your shorts, give up the ghost? You can say, if we make it to this bearish order block right up here, if we come up here to this bearish order block, I'm giving up the ghost on these puts that I got, because the algo's trying to get higher than I thought, right? I'm giving up the ghost on them. If it just keep going against me and it hit, because you want to have your entry, you want to have your exit, right? We don't have a rejection block. We just got a high, right? No rejection block. The next thing is the high. So if you wait for it to get all the way up to the high, once you break through the high and you go short, you say I'm going short at a previous high. Boom, we break through this high and you go short. When is your thesis broke on that? You can say, if we come back up here and get into try to complete this fair value gap over here that we didn't complete last time. If we try to come up here and close out this volume imbalance up there, right? This volume imbalance over there, that's a void. That fall under liquidity voids. You know what I'm saying? But that's external. All of that is external liquidity, right? Once you hit this high, you've hit external buy side. Once we take out this external buy side and we don't reverse, if we go short and then we don't reverse and we keep going, when is your thesis broken on those puts? It can be, if we hit this high, I'm out of there. If we hit this volume gap, I'm out of there. If we fill this fair value gap, I'm out of there. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have your entry and your exit on everything. And then the reverse is the same for if you want to go long. I ain't going through the longs.